What's up, guys? Dr. Greg here with Movement Driven Performance Physiotherapy. Today we're going to talk about soleus strengthening. Okay, so soleus is one of the muscles that makes up your calf. If you've done the calf stretching video, you know that there's the gastroc and the soleus are the main two muscles we think of in the calf. And the soleus is a little bit deeper, closer to the tibia or the shin bone, and then it's a little bit lower too. This muscle is isolated best when our knee is in a bent position. Okay, so when we're in a straight position, a straight knee position or extended knee position, both the calf and the soleus contribute to that. But when we bend the knee, we put the gastroc muscle on slack, which means it doesn't have the capacity to contract. Okay, it's already shortened, so it can't contract into a more shortened position. Okay, so what that means is the soleus has to take a larger percentage of the effort to get our body or get our heel up off the floor. Okay, soleus is a really important muscle when we're running, because we're landing with a bent knee. So when we land with that bent knee, we need that soleus to help control that motion, especially when we're decelerating out on the field with whatever sport we're playing. So super important muscle that doesn't really get talked about enough. And if we're trying to prevent any sort of injury from the ankle to the Achilles to the knee to the hip, this is a really important muscle to absorb those loads and make sure that the joints and other tendons are not being excessively loaded, especially with these repetitive type movement patterns that all athletes tend to do. So we're going to talk about some ways to do double leg strengthening today. Single leg will be in another video. So we're just going to talk about some ways to build the strength of that as well as the endurance of that muscle, adding a few variations. Okay guys, so if you're doing the soleus video, I've probably advised you to do the straight knee calf strengthening stuff. So you were here, we're going up and down, progressing to eccentrics and then single leg. Today, like I said before, we're going to focus on double leg and some variations of the soleus strengthening routine that I like to do. So the first step in doing this basic soleus strengthening exercise is to get in the calf raise position with the balls of the foot on a step and the heel hanging off. And then we're going to get into a squat position, okay? So I'm in this modified squat position. I'm not fully down here. You can be, but to start, just being like a half squat. And then from there, I'm doing a calf raise. So I'm bringing my whole body up as a unit and controlling down just by moving the ankle, okay? What I see a lot of people do is they start to do this thing where they're just moving their lower body and their upper body is staying static. Or they get here and then as they come up, they straighten the knee. We want the knee locked in this position. It's not getting straighter, it's not bending more by doing this, and it's not getting straighter by doing this. I'm moving my body as a unit. And sometimes that's tough to learn how to do. So it's going to be a little bit more of a brain exercise to start with. But we're in that squat position and we're coming up together. Pushing through the big toe, making sure my ankles aren't flaring out. I'll show you guys from this angle. So I don't want those ankles flaring out this way. We're coming up and down as a unit. Okay, from there, so you'll do, set of 10, set of 15, feel that burn, as many as you can do with a good form, do a few sets of that. Another variation I like to do is to come up with both heels and then drop one at a time. And the focus of this is, while I'm dropping this heel, this is my focus where I'm really trying to maintain height and not lose height over time, okay? So I'm up tall, control, back up. Both heels up, back up. I'm just working on endurance here of the muscles, quads will be on fire. But like I said before, the quad and the soleus are really important to work together, especially when we're landing. I'll show you up here. Especially when we're landing and running, they have to absorb load together. So super important that the quad and the soleus are worked together in this exercise. So that's why I love to do it. All right, guys, so that's kind of the basic soleus strengthening that I like to start off with. Lots of different variations that we can do from there. Master the ability to isolate that muscle, and then we can start to do some single leg stuff in a lunge position, all sorts of things. But get that one going and then we'll talk about how to progress it in future videos. Have a good day, guys.